Hey, this is Allgood with SixMoonDesigns, and today we're going to go over how to set up one of our Flight Series backpacks with the proper shoulder system of your choice, being either a flight vest, a flight yoke, or an S-strap, and also how to attach the hip belt. All of our Flight Series backpacks feature the same adjustable torso system to help you dial in the pack exactly to the proper fitting for you based on your height of your torso and the body components of your choosing. So in the next couple of clips, we'll show you how to attach this vest, this hip belt, and how to swap out components. Right now, this is our Flight Series backpack on the back, and we're going to show you how to put on the hip belt, followed by the flight running vest. One thing you notice on all of our packs is our adjustable torso system with slots numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Based on your height and your torso length, you can custom fit any of our packs based on where you put the shoulder component of either the S-curve, the flight yoke, or the vest. The taller and longer your torso is, the higher up on the spine you want to be. And vice versa, if you prefer your pack to ride a little higher on your back, or you're a shorter person, you're going to want to put it lower in maybe slots 3 or 4. Before we start doing any of it, you're going to want to have a couple of tools. One is you're going to want to have the adjustment tool that comes with the backpack for adjusting your flight vest or flight yoke up and down the spine. But to begin, we're going to start with the hip belt. All of our hip belts feature double-sided Velcro on the part going against the pack and the part that's going to be facing towards your body. The reason for the double layers of Velcro is more secure fitting and better transfer of weight. So to begin, you're going to want to make sure your hip belt has the pockets facing the correct way up and lay it down like this next to your pack. Then you're going to want to reach in here and break apart the Velcro so that you can fit the hip belt through. One little trick that helps, I find, is to take the same separator tool for your torso and slip it in where the hip belt's going to help just prevent any snags while you're doing this. Then you're going to want to slowly pull your hip belt through, trying to position it as low into the pack as you can, and you're going to line up your Velcro so that it sticks. You'll know you have it properly lined when you have an even amount of stitching on each side of the spine on the hip belt. Simply fold over the hip belt and remove the separating tool. Next, these are your load lifters for the hip belt. You're going to want to pass these through the adjustment buckle on the hips. Just come in through the bottom and over the top, just like that. And make sure you do both sides, so that way you have an equal adjustment when you're out in the field. Now we're going to adjust the flight vest. You'll notice when you get the pack that the straps are coming off of this single point side system here. This single point suspension is for all of the flight running style vests. This gives one of the points of suspension on the vest. The flight vest, as seen here, has a tongue with a pocket on the back covered in Velcro. This Velcro will correspond with the Velcro hidden behind the spine here on the pack. To insert the spine, we want to take our adjustment tool. We want to slide it into this pocket on the vest. Then we turn it and we go to the proper slot. For someone with a 19 and 22 inch torso, you're probably going to want to be in the number 1 slot. So we'll just put it in the number 1 slot. We slip it in there. And then before you remove the tool, I find it's easier to come down here and hold the pack and hold the tongue so that it doesn't slide around. Simply pull that out and rub the Velcro together. Now that the spine and the vest are locked together, we're going to start with our upper load lifters. These simply go through the adjustment points at the top and thread it through, like so. The more complicated strap that needs to be threaded next is the shoulder strap or side adjustment strap. So we're going to begin by taking our strap and pulling it out straight. And then on our vest, we're going to flip this D-ring so it's facing like so. Next, we take the end of the strap and we place it through the thin bar on this D-ring and we pull it out. Then from there, we come down to the bottom of the pack to the next adjustment point and we slide through this ladder lock here. We go through the bottom, up the top. Now your shoulder strap is set up like a triangle suspension system to 3 points. We come over to the other side and we do the same process. We pull our strap out so it's straight and not twisted. We come into the top of the D-ring like so. And then we come back down to this bottom point where the shoulder strap comes through. We pull that tight, and now we have our pack set up with our shoulder vest yoke and our hip belt. It should look like this one done. For those using a Flight Series pack looking for a more traditional fit as opposed to our Flight running vest, we offer two options in shoulder straps: the standard Flight yoke or our S straps. Both of these straps fit like a traditional shoulder strap on a backpack, but you might want to choose one over the other. For people who prefer a straighter strap, particularly men with broad shoulders, our regular Flight yoke is designed a little bit more towards you with a more traditional J-cut and padding. Our S-curve straps are designed with the female hiker in mind, or people with a larger chest or a barrel chest man that might want their straps to come over their shoulder and immediately go away from their chest and down towards their hip belt. For that reason, we make the S-curve straps. Both straps have a very similar fit. They go on exactly the same way. It's just a matter of a different shape depending on your body type. To attach a regular shoulder yoke to our pack, first you're going to need to make sure you have your adjustment tool that came with the backpack. The first step in this is taking the shoulder straps off the side of the pack and putting them through the bottom adjustment area so that they can properly be used with the shoulder straps. To do so, we remove there, we come down here to this adjustment buckle, and we slide the strap through like that. We want to repeat that on the other side. Next, you want to take your shoulder strap and lay out your tongue like so. Take your adjustment tool, fit it in the tongue pocket, flip it over, and put it in the appropriate slot for your height. Once we do that, we reach down here, we hold the fabric, and we simply pull the adjustment tool out, setting it aside. Next step is to attach both your upper load lifters to the pack. Simply thread through the buckle, through the bottom, pull it through, and weave it back through the top. It's also important while doing this to make sure all your straps are straight and not twisted when you begin, that way ensuring a proper fit prior to going out in the field and while in use. Now that we've done our upper load lifters, it's time to do our shoulder straps. So with this buckle and this strap, we simply slide the strap through the bottom here, come up, and back through the top. We're going to repeat on the other side. Ensure the strap is straight. This backpack is now ready to be hiked with our S shoulder strap system in place. The finished product should look like this. If you set up your backpack and tried it on and you feel like the backpack needs to be adjusted based on your torso length, it's very easy to move the shoulder yoke up and down the spine to really dial in the fit. So if you have a shorter torso length, say in the 15 to 17 inch range, you're going to want to try your shoulder harness in either slot number 4 or slot number 3. So if you're currently in slot number 1, you would take your adjustment tool once again and simply slide it back in here to break the Velcro separating the shoulder yoke from the spine. Once the Velcro is separated, simply pull it out. Make sure once again to insert the adjustment tool into the pocket. And now we would choose slot number 3. We would simply lift up, slide our yoke into there, hold it in place, pull out our adjustment tool, and give it a rub. And now our slot is meant for someone with a shorter torso. That was our rundown on our Flight Series components. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you in adjusting, swapping out, and configuring components for your SixMoonDesigns Flight Series backpack. Thanks for watching. SixMoonDesigns. Go wild, live young.